Welcome to Hong Kong Brief. The content of the briefing includes light shows, cosplayers, how Hong Kong's districts are celebrating Lunar New Year. Dragon designs fly as luxury brands lure customers in the Lunar New Year. Taylor Swift wows Chinese women tired of she's conservative era. From cats to crypto, Hong Kong's first virtual insurer eyes growth in niches. What is Hong Kong hosting for the Lunar New Year holiday? Light shows, cosplayers, how Hong Kong's districts are celebrating Lunar New Year. South China Morning Post. Hong Kong's Taipei district is hosting a Lunar New Year bazaar as part of the government's campaign to celebrate the distinctness of the city's neighborhoods and lift people's spirits. The bazaar features attractions such as wishing trees, ice cream from City University's dairy farm, and local agricultural products. The event runs until Tuesday. In addition, the city will host the Chubby Hearts art project created by British fashion accessories designer Anya Hindmarch from Wednesday to February 24. Dragon designs fly as luxury brands lure customers in the Lunar New Year. South China Morning Post. As the Lunar New Year approaches, luxury brands are embracing the Year of the Dragon by incorporating dragon designs into their products. The Peninsula Boutique, the retail arm of the Peninsula Hong Kong, is offering a wide range of gift boxes and hampers with dragon designs. Swatch has launched 5 dragon-themed watches, and Armani Beauty has a limited edition of red dragon cushion cases and dragon mahjong sets. The dragon is the only mythical creature in the Chinese zodiac and represents power, prosperity, and strength. Taylor Swift wows Chinese women tired of she's conservative era. Bloomberg. Taylor Swift's Eras Tour concert movie is a hit in China, where it is providing a rare outlet for young women rejecting the Communist Party's rigid expectations. The values celebrated in the show stand in stark contrast to President Xi Jinping's increasingly conservative vision for women, who he has urged to take on a more domestic role. China's most powerful leader since Mao Zedong has also crushed the nation's nascent Me Too movement and in 2022 wiped women from the Politburo for the first time in decades. From cats to crypto, Hong Kong's first virtual insurer eyes growth in niches. Nikkei Asia. Hong Kong-based online insurer 1degree has become one of 2 companies offering insurance coverage for cryptocurrencies, alongside Lloyd's of London. It launched its virtual asset insurance division, One Infinity, in November 2020, and currently has 30 customers worldwide. The unit accounted for 30% of 1degree's revenue. What is Hong Kong hosting for the Lunar New Year holiday? South China Morning Post. Hong Kong is preparing for an influx of mainland Chinese tourists over the Lunar New Year holiday. The city is expecting more than 1 million visitors, along with the return of festive celebrations that were postponed due to the pandemic. The holiday highlights include a Lunar New Year parade, fireworks at Victoria Harbour, and a football-friendly match. Border checkpoints will extend their operating hours to cope with the increase in cross-border travel, and the MTR Corporation has increased train frequencies. The weather forecast for the holiday period is fine with a low chance of rain. China resets relations with Belt and Road partners through green investment push. South China Morning Post. China is making significant investments in green energy projects in Africa, the Middle East, and Central Asia, despite previous misfires. Last year, Chinese-backed projects in alternative power in Africa reached a historic high of $2.7 billion, while the Middle East saw $9.48 billion invested between 2018 and 2023. Countries in these regions are feeling the impact of climate change and are looking to overhaul power generation. China's green energy investments are aimed at reversing the Belt and Road Initiative's old reputation and presenting China as a responsible global player. Maybe baby, can auspicious Year of Dragon boost birth rates in Singapore? South China Morning Post. Singaporeans are increasingly concerned about the competition their children will face at school if born in the Year of the Dragon, according to a Guardian report. The Year of the Dragon is seen as an auspicious time to have children in Chinese culture. As a result, schools see a surge in enrollments in dragon years due to the larger cohort sizes. The Chinese zodiac has a 12-year cycle, and each year is represented by a different animal. In previous dragon years, Singapore's birth rate increased, and the trend is expected to continue this year, with the next year of the dragon being 2024. Year of the Dragon, Hang Seng to attempt 20,000 points as funds seek to end pain. South China Morning Post. Hong Kong stock market is likely to see better returns in the Year of the Dragon, according to feng shui expert Eric Chengyin. The Hang Seng Index has had a winning year every time the Year of the Dragon has come around the Chinese zodiac's 12-year cycle, with gains ranging from 0.5% to 33.4%, according to Bloomberg data. To predicts that the index will climb above 20,000 by the end of December, and may even reach 25,000. However, he warns that major swings in the market are possible due to the unpredictable nature of the dragon zodiac sign. How Taiwan's elections challenge the power of China's Communist Party. Al Jazeera. The recent successful elections in Taiwan challenge China's argument that liberal democracy is incompatible with Chinese culture, according to an article by Al Jazeera. The democratic example set by Taiwan, where free and fair elections are held, poses a direct threat to the Chinese Communist Party, CPC, and its one-party rule. Chinese President Xi Jinping has claimed that the CPC governs a democratic state, but critics argue that the Chinese people have never been allowed to choose their own leaders. The sensitive topic of Taiwanese elections is a direct source of inspiration for people in mainland China, as it highlights the lack of democracy in their own country. Chinese social media users have criticized Beijing's comments on the Taiwanese elections, with many pointing out the lack of democracy at home. The Chinese government has censored such comments and removed them from social media platforms. The article suggests that the Chinese government's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic has highlighted the need for political reform and democratic elections in China. Hong Kong basketball boss says he will pay players' medical bills. South China Morning Post. The chairman of the Hong Kong Basketball Association, Norman Chan Shui Tim, has promised to reimburse players who were left with hefty medical bills due to inadequate insurance coverage. Initially, Chan had suggested that the government should cover the shortfall, but has now stated that he will personally pay the players back. The association has faced criticism for its handling of the situation, with accounts showing that it has significant assets and cash reserves. Additionally, there have been concerns over the selection of the national team for the upcoming Asian Cup qualifiers, with some star players being placed on the reserves list. Argentina match cancelled as backlash over Messi's no-show grows. Yahoo! Chinese sporting authorities have cancelled a friendly match between Argentina and Nigeria, which was scheduled to be played next month. The decision comes after Lionel Messi did not take the pitch during an Inter-Miami CF friendly match in Hong Kong, resulting in backlash from furious fans. Messi's absence from the Hong Kong match due to injury angered fans, who were further outraged when he played 30 minutes in another match days later. The organizers of the Hong Kong match have offered a 50% refund to those who purchased tickets. China offers new way of thinking, former Canadian ambassador tells business audience. The Globe and Mail. Dominic Barton, the former Canadian ambassador to China and chair of mining company Rio Tinto, has said that Western understanding of China is pathetic and that China should be seen as a source for new ways of thinking. Barton argued for a different approach to China, arguing that Western countries should grow closer to China and learn from its authoritarianism. He praised China's role in the world and its potential as a source of innovation and talent. Barton's comments come at a time when many Western countries are seeking to distance themselves from China, due to concerns over human rights abuses, forced labor, and China's growing global influence. However, Barton's comments have been criticized by some who argue that China's human rights record and its attempts to change international institutions to fit its purposes should not be ignored. Messi's absence in Hong Kong game sparks anger. boycott calls in China. Diplomat. The organizers of a soccer match in Hong Kong that was supposed to showcase Lionel Messi have offered to refund fans 50% of the ticket price after the footballer failed to play due to injury. Fans were left angry and disappointed when Messi stayed on the bench for the full 90 minutes of the game against a local team. The disappointment spread to mainland China after the Argentinian star played 30 minutes in a game in Tokyo just days later. The Hong Kong government has backed the organizers' decision to offer the refund but has called for an explanation from Inter Miami, Messi's club, as to why he did not play in Hong Kong but did play in Japan. After Messi Hong Kong blowback, China City nixes Argentina match. Bloomberg. A friendly football match between the Argentine national team and Nigeria, scheduled to take place in the Chinese city of Hangzhou, has been cancelled due to well-known reasons, according to the city's sports authority. The cancellation comes after an uproar in China over Argentine player Lionel Messi's failure to play in a recent match in Hong Kong. Messi sat out the exhibition match due to injury, but days later played for half an hour in a friendly match in Japan. Public anger in China could threaten Messi's partnerships with Chinese brands. I'll try for the Dragon, why Chinese births are expected to spike this year. The Sydney Morning Herald. Chinese couples are seeking fertility treatments to ensure they have children in the year of the Dragon, which many regard as the most auspicious sign in the Chinese zodiac. Children born under the sign of the Dragon are believed to be destined for good fortune. Historically, countries with large ethnic Chinese populations have experienced baby booms during dragon years. Fertility specialists are reporting a surge in demand for treatments, with some couples even requesting early appointments to ensure their baby is born under the dragon sign. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Six, your trusty observer from the 6 Degrees world. Today, we bring you a mix of news from Hong Kong, China, and beyond. From Lunar New Year celebrations to the impact of Taylor Swift's concert movie in China, we've got it all covered. So, let's dive in. In Hong Kong, the Lunar New Year festivities are in full swing. The Tai Po district is hosting a bazaar with attractions like wishing trees and local agricultural products. Meanwhile, luxury brands are embracing the Year of the Dragon with dragon-themed products, symbolizing power and prosperity. And speaking of dragons, some Singaporeans are hoping to boost birth rates this year, as the Year of the Dragon is considered auspicious for having children. On the other side of the world, Taylor Swift's concert movie is making waves in China. It's providing a rare outlet for young women who reject the rigid expectations of the Communist Party. While President Xi Jinping pushes for a more conservative vision of women's roles, Taylor Swift's values celebrate independence and empowerment. Moving on to the world of finance and technology, Hong Kong's first virtual insurer, 1 Degree, is venturing into cryptocurrency insurance. It's one of the 2 companies offering coverage for cryptocurrencies, showing the growing importance of this emerging asset class. China is also making significant investments in green energy projects globally, particularly in Africa, the Middle East, and Central Asia. These investments aim to present China as a responsible global player and reverse the negative reputation of its Belt and Road Initiative. In the realm of sports, the chairman of the Hong Kong Basketball Association has promised to personally pay players' medical bills after inadequate insurance coverage left them with hefty expenses. And in the world of football, Lionel Messi's absence from a match in Hong Kong has sparked anger and boycott calls in China, leading to the cancellation of a friendly match between Argentina and Nigeria. Now, let's talk about politics. The recent successful elections in Taiwan challenge China's argument that liberal democracy is incompatible with Chinese culture. The democratic example set by Taiwan poses a direct threat to the Chinese Communist Party and its one-party rule. This resonates with people in mainland China, who are increasingly questioning their own lack of democracy. Finally, in the realm of astrology, Chinese couples are seeking fertility treatments to ensure they have children in the Year of the Dragon. It's believed that children born under this sign are destined for good fortune, leading to a spike in demand for treatments. And there you have it, a whirlwind tour of the latest news. Now, it's time for you, our esteemed viewers, to share your thoughts. Do you have any exciting plans for the Lunar New Year? What do you think of China's green energy investments? And how about those dragon-themed luxury products? Join the discussion and let us know your thoughts. That's all for now, folks. Until next time, this is Dr. Six signing off from the 6 Degrees world. Stay curious, stay connected, and stay tuned for more fascinating news. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.